Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. So I just got off of work not too long ago and decided to make this video, just kind of give you an update. I apologize for not posting that many videos anymore. It's probably been about 10 days, maybe 9 days since I posted the last video. If you follow along from the other videos, I just been completely bummed out. YouTube has completely demonetized my channel and I missed the opportunity, and that's because of me, that's my fault, to file the appeal. And that was a video appeal. So I could still request for monetization. It's through a different appeals process, but I totally missed the deadline, and that's 100% my fault, and there's no one other than myself to blame. I am fully transparent on this channel. All of the money that I got, which wasn't too much from monetization, I put into my children's. I got 4 kids. I put into their scholarship 529 fund. What that basically does, it creates a tax haven for my kids' college tuition in the future, their books and everything else. All the money that grows in there is tax free. You're not taxed at all, which is pretty neat. If it grows $1,000 or $20,000, you're not taxed on that, which is pretty neat. If you have kids, this is something to consider. This is one way that you could help them pay for college. Don't feel bad for me. Don't feel bad for me at all, guys. I still fund my kids' 529 plan through my royalties. It's just that I was using my monetization funds to those accounts. So I just been really bummed out over the last month. I do put in a lot of work into this channel. My fellow content creators can attest that editing these videos, making these videos takes a lot of time. I forget what I'm going to say in most of my videos, and I have to edit, retape again, and it takes a lot of time. I actually created about 5 other videos before I made this video today, and I just didn't like the way that it sounded, so I just deleted those videos. So I came up with nothing all these weeks, maybe even a month. So this is something new. So that's the update. I'm feeling a lot more energy, so I will be producing some more videos. Again, it's just very discouraging for me. Okay, so let's begin, guys. Please don't sit on my soapbox with me on the pity party. I gotta move on. So I want to talk about some observations that I've made on private security the past month. I went to a government account. I'm not gonna say what type of government account, but I will tell you is that I saw private security there, and they were wearing a plate carrier, or we'll call it this, a carrier that's designed to hold plates. It had the MOLLE attachments to it. And this particular security officer, actually the whole team of security officers, wore this plate carrier that says security on it, but there's no plates. There's no soft body armor as well. And they're attaching all kinds of MOLLE compatible carriers to it. So I saw a cell phone holder, a pen holder, a flashlight holder, a tactical notepad holder, a tactical glove carrier, everything except weapons. I don't even know what to say right now. Guys, what is the whole reasoning for this? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. This security company is unarmed, and they're wearing this plate carrier without plates to go with that tactical look. I don't understand. Look, if you work an assignment and they have you wear this junk, my suggestion to you is put some soft armor plates in there. And if they're not allowing you to put soft armor plates in there, then I think now's the time to start seeking employment elsewhere, because obviously this employer doesn't really care about your safety. I just don't get it. Why would you have security in this tactical look, and there's no tactics behind it. So it looks, as some would say, tactifoolish. Why? Just stop dressing like this. I mean, this is definitely a pet peeve amongst myself and other people. Let's talk about the next topic. So the other day I went to a call for service. There was this behavioral health center in which this third-party security company protects, and they are totally unarmed. No body armor, no less lethal weapons, no pepper spray, nothing. And I think they have handcuffs. They have a huge contract with the county. And what ended up happening is the behavioral health center called, and they said, hey, we need an officer here. This subject, now I'm talking like cop language, not subject. This patient made some statements that made a lot of people feel uncomfortable. They wanted him evaluated for 5150 of the Welfare and Institutions Code. Those of you who are not in California, 5150 W&I Welfare and Institution Code is the code that law enforcement uses in order to place somebody under an involuntary hold for 72 hours for evaluation of a behavioral health challenge. They're a danger to themselves, they're a danger to others, or they're gravely disabled, meaning they can't take care of their own safety, they can't take care of their own bodily needs. They don't take showers, they don't regard hygiene, they don't eat. So it's kind of like sort of all these factors put together. If they were in a building or a house by themselves, then they would most likely pass away. So that's what 5150 is. So that was the call. This guy was making some statements that made people feel uncomfortable, and they wanted him evaluated. So when I get there, I see private security, and because I have this channel, I like to interact with security. I like to see what their observations are and how they handle themselves. So I asked the security officer, I said, hey, what's going on over here? We got called here because this guy was making some statements. What can you tell us? And he said this. He said, look, they don't tell me anything. They, meaning the behavioral staff. He said, I'm just security, and they tell me nothing. And they tell me nothing because they say that it's a HIPAA violation. So this security officer is stationed all the way in the front of this building. If you were to enter this building with intent to commit violence on staff, the first person that you would encounter is this unarmed private security officer. I think it's reckless. I think it's negligent for behavioral health staff to not tell this, or not to give the security officer a heads up. We don't need the complete assessment of this individual, of this patient, but at least give the security officer a heads up. Hey, he made some suicidal statements, or he made some homicidal statements. This is his description. This is what type of vehicle he leaves. This is who dropped them off. Please keep an extra eye out for him. Something like that. But the security officer was privy to no information. So let me talk a little bit about HIPAA, guys. So HIPAA is basically your privacy law, and it's a federal law. Medical providers have to keep your information private. Now, I'm not an expert on HIPAA law, but I'll tell you this, that there's some information that you can disclose. You don't have to disclose to others who are not privy to this information. You don't have to disclose their diagnosis. But if there is a public safety hazard, there's no confidentiality, guys. And this county, they're so hell-bent on, let me not get sued, that it's giving me the impression that they believe that these security officers, these professionals, are expendable. And Justin Humphreys said it the best, that these security officers are basically their insurance security. I can't remember what he referred to them as, but they're there for insurance purposes. And for me, guys, I'm not trying to diminish your job responsibilities. I'm not trying to humiliate anybody, but Justin's right. That's what these security officers are truly meant for, and that's the intent of the client, is for them to be there just for insurance purposes. Now, mind you, this is an exclusive government contract. It's a contract with the county, but that's what they're there for, just for insurance purposes, so that they could sign off on their little checklist, just in case something happens. Oh yeah, we had security, we hired security here, we knew of hazardous conditions, we knew that patients can get out of hand and become violent, and we took steps to mitigate any types of risk. We took, as a matter of fact, we hired a private security company. We put them in the front lobby. That person screens the patients, right? So, in my opinion, I'm gonna have to agree with Justin. There are security officers out there that are there for insurance purposes only. He put it obviously in a different way, maybe a different context, but that's what they're there for. And I don't think it's fair for the security officer to not know what's going on. It's extremely dangerous. When I work at a hospital, the charge nurse and the nursing staff gave security a heads up. Hey, this person said he's going to come back after his discharge and hurt us with this type of weapon. I mean, it's no secret. Why do they keep these things, this type of communication as a secret? It shouldn't be a secret, guys. You should tell security, okay, what the current threat is, so that they can maybe conduct a threat assessment. But look, it looks like the county doesn't have any confidence in the security company, because if they did, they would provide the security officer with information so that this security officer can provide a threat assessment. And those of you who are seeking out bids for security services, maybe you want to provide security services for clients out there, one of your selling points or your marketing points might be, hey, we conduct threat assessment. We understand that we are not privy to HIPAA protected information, but when there's public safety information, or there's information that our security staff needs to know in order to better secure the premises, we provide a strong degree, a strong level of threat assessment. And part of that threat assessment is contacting law enforcement, contacting our management team, who is extremely experienced, or who is experienced in conducting threat assessments. Okay, and that's for the threat that occurs now and the threat that could occur later on. But guys, it's a horrible idea when a behavioral health patient threatens to kill himself or others. It's a bad idea to just call law enforcement. You need to call security, and just at least tell them, hey, you know what? We don't want you to be involved, but just for all of our safety, so you can be the extra eyes and ears, this is what's going on. And you don't have to give specific HIPAA information. You don't even have to give the name of the patient. Just mention the circumstances without giving too much identifiable information. I know I have about 15 to 20 private security professionals who work in a hospital setting who are maybe better versed in HIPAA law than I am. I am very much looking forward to the dialogue, guys. I want to know what type of information can be provided to security that would not be a HIPAA violation. That's all I have, guys. I will be making some videos in the next couple of days, and I'm looking forward to the discussions. Take care, guys. Be safe.